Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of rare 1-cent coins, cause some of these coins are rare among collectors and are worth millions. So today, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're about to explore one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1961 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your journey into the world of rare coins, stick around because this 1961 penny could be worth far more than you ever expected. Let's set the stage and take a quick look back at the historical context of the 1961 penny. This was a time when America was in the midst of significant cultural and political change. The early 1960s were marked by the beginning of the space race, the civil rights movement, and the rise of American pop culture. It was an era of innovation and transformation, as the country was moving toward the modern world while also holding on to its rich history. The 1961 penny was minted during the final years of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was produced from 1909 to 1958. However, the design of the penny was slightly modified in 1959, with a new reverse side featuring the Lincoln Memorial instead of the iconic wheat stalks. This change marked the beginning of a new era for the Lincoln cent, and by 1961, the Lincoln Memorial cent had become a staple of everyday currency. On the obverse of the 1961 penny, you'll find the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. His profile, designed by Victor David Brenner, has been a part of the U.S. penny since 1909. Surrounding Lincoln's image are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," with the year 1961 engraved just below his bust. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic symbol of American history and unity. The design is rich in meaning, reflecting both the country's past and its aspirations for the future. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1961 penny stand out from all the other pennies? While the 1961 penny was produced in relatively large quantities, there's one major factor that makes this coin particularly valuable: its rarity and high-quality condition. Over the years, many 1961 pennies have been used in circulation, showing signs of wear, scratches, and fading of the design. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare and highly coveted discovery for collectors. The value of any coin depends largely on its condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. A 1961 penny that's still in excellent, uncirculated condition could fetch far more than its face value. While a worn, circulated 1961 penny may only be worth a few cents, a well-preserved specimen is a much more valuable find. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been kept in great shape, and they're willing to pay top dollar for them. Another factor that could make the 1961 penny even more valuable is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors are mistakes that occur during the coin's production, and they can drastically increase the coin's value. These errors can include double dies, where the coin's design is stamped twice, off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, and other unique flaws that make the coin stand out from the rest. Minting errors are rare, and collectors go wild for them because they represent one-of-a-kind pieces. For example, one of the most desirable types of minting errors is the double die variety. This occurs when the coin die is not properly aligned during the striking process, causing the design to be doubled. A 1961 penny with a noticeable double die, especially one that's visible on the lettering or Lincoln's profile, could be worth significantly more than a regular penny. If you happen to find a 1961 penny with a double die error, you could be holding a valuable treasure in your hands. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, causing the design to appear off-center. If you spot a 1961 penny with an off-center strike, it's considered a rare and unique piece, and collectors will pay a premium for it. These types of errors make the coin highly collectible and increase its market value. So, how much could a 1961 penny be worth? While most 1961 pennies are worth only a few cents, the value increases significantly if the coin is in excellent condition or has a minting error. In fact, a 1961 penny in uncirculated condition could be worth a few dollars, but if it has a rare minting error, it could be worth much more. Some of the highest value 1961 pennies have been sold for over $1,000 at auctions, depending on their condition and the rarity of the error. But here's the exciting part. If you have a 1961 penny in pristine condition or one with a significant minting error, it could be worth as much as $77,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $77,000 for a single penny. While this is an incredibly rare occurrence, it shows just how valuable a well-preserved or error-filled 1961 penny can be. Imagine finding one of these coins in your collection or in your pocket change. It could change everything. If you think you might have a 1961 penny that's worth something, start by examining its condition. Is it in excellent shape, with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration? If so, you might have an uncirculated gem. Next, look closely for any minting errors. Double dies and off-center strikes are the most sought-after mistakes, so take the time to inspect the coin carefully. If you find any signs of a minting error, you could have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. Once you've inspected your 1961 penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded. A certified grading service can assess the coin's condition, verify any minting errors, and provide you with an accurate estimate of its value in the current market. This step can help you understand how much your coin is worth and whether it's worth keeping in your collection or selling for a significant profit. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. And discovering rare and valuable coins like the 1961 penny is one of the most exciting parts of the hobby. You never know what you might find in your pocket change or your old coin collection, so keep an eye out for those hidden treasures. Who knows, the next coin you discover could be worth a small fortune. Top 2, we're diving into a truly fascinating piece of American history, the 1963 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, this penny may seem like just another piece of everyday change. But believe me, this coin has a story to tell, and its potential value might just surprise you. Stick around until the end, because by the time you finish watching, you'll see why this 1963 penny could be worth a lot more than you ever imagined. Let's set the stage and take a quick look at the historical context of the 1963 penny. The early 1960s were a transformative time for America. The world was in the midst of the Cold War, and the country was experiencing major shifts in both culture and technology. The 1960s also saw the rise of the space race, with America landing a man on the moon just a few short years later. Domestically, the country was experiencing a post-war economic boom, and American life was rapidly modernizing. The 1963 penny itself was minted during the era of the Lincoln Memorial Cent, which was first introduced in 1959 to replace the iconic wheat stalk reverse design. The Lincoln Memorial Cent was a symbolic nod to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, and the penny itself became one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. At the time, this particular penny was just one of billions of coins produced each year to meet the needs of a growing and thriving economy. The 1963 penny features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Surrounding Lincoln's image are the words, "Liberty," and "In God We Trust," with the year 1963 appearing just below his bust. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, a fitting tribute to Lincoln's legacy and a design that remains one of the most beloved in American coinage. The simplicity and elegance of the design make this penny not only a piece of currency, but a lasting symbol of the nation's history. But what makes the 1963 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and condition. Like many coins from this era, the vast majority of 1963 pennies were circulated widely, making them far less rare and valuable than coins that have been carefully preserved or remained uncirculated. Most of the 1963 pennies you'll find in your pocket change will show signs of wear, such as fading, scratches, and discoloration. However, finding one in pristine condition is where the true value lies. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of the coin is everything. A 1963 penny in uncirculated condition, meaning it has never been used in circulation and is free from damage or wear, can command a significant premium. These pristine specimens are highly sought after by collectors, who value the historical significance of the coin and its well-preserved state. But there's more. As with many coins, the 1963 penny is not immune to the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors can occur during the production process, and they can result in unique, one-of-a-kind coins that are extremely valuable to collectors. These errors can range from something as simple as a misalignment of the design to more dramatic mistakes, such as double strikes, where the coin's design appears twice. Other errors include off-center strikes, where the coin's design is misaligned, or blank planchets, which occur when the coin is not properly stamped. Minting errors are often the key to unlocking the true value of a coin, and the 1963 penny is no exception. Coins with minting errors, especially those that are rare or unusual, can command a much higher price than their more common counterparts. For example, a 1963 penny with a double die error, where the design appears doubled, could fetch a premium price. Similarly, a penny with an off-center strike or other minting flaw could be worth a significant amount more than a typical, well-circulated coin. So, how much could a 1963 penny be worth? While most 1963 pennies are worth only a few cents above their face value, the value of a well-preserved coin or one with a minting error can be much higher. A 1963 penny in excellent, uncirculated condition can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars, depending on its quality. But if you're lucky enough to have a 1963 penny with a rare minting error, things get even more exciting. In fact, a rare, uncirculated 1963 penny or one with a minting error could be worth as much as $75,000. Yes, you read that right, $75,000 for a single penny. While this is a rare occurrence, it shows just how valuable this little coin can be if it's in exceptional condition or has a unique minting flaw. If you have a 1963 penny, the first thing you should do is check its condition. Does it have any visible wear, such as scratches or discoloration? If not, and the coin looks as though it just came from the mint, you might have an uncirculated treasure on your hands. Next, take a closer look for any minting errors. Look for any doubling on the design or any misalignments that could indicate a rare error. These are the kinds of details that can turn an ordinary penny into a valuable collectible. If you think your 1963 penny might be valuable, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. A certified coin grading service can evaluate the coin's condition, check for any minting errors, and provide you with an accurate estimate of its value. This step is especially important if you believe you have a rare, error-filled penny. The right grade and certification can greatly increase the coin's value, making it easier to sell or trade if you decide to do so. In the world of coin collecting, the thrill of finding a rare coin, like the 1963 penny, is one of the most exciting aspects of the hobby. You never know when you'll stumble upon a coin that could be worth a small fortune. So, keep your eyes open, and don't forget to inspect your pocket change and your old coin collection. You could be sitting on a hidden gem. Top 3, we have something truly special to share with you. A coin that may be sitting in your collection or in your pocket right now, and you might not even know how valuable it is. Yes, we're talking about the 1-cent coin from the United States, minted in 1967. You might be wondering, what makes this seemingly ordinary coin so extraordinary? Well, stay tuned, because we're about to unravel its history, unique features, and its incredible value. By the end of this video, you'll be amazed by just how much this small coin could be worth. Now, the 1967 US 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln Penny, was minted during a time of political and social upheaval. The United States was in the midst of the Vietnam War, and the country was also dealing with the aftermath of President John F. Kennedy's assassination just a few years prior. Amidst this turbulent period, the U.S. Mint continued its regular coin production, including the 1-cent coin, which was, and still is, one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. At a glance, the 1967 Lincoln Penny may seem like any other 1-cent coin you might find in your pocket today. It features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who is depicted on the obverse side of the coin. This portrait of Lincoln has been a symbol of American history for over a century, capturing his solemnity and dedication to the nation. The reverse side of the coin features a simple yet iconic design, the Union Shield, symbolizing the strength and unity of the United States. While these details may seem ordinary, it's the condition of the coin and certain other rare characteristics that elevate its value far beyond the face value of just 1 cent. So, why is the 1967 Lincoln Penny so valuable? Let's take a closer look at its rarity and the factors that make it a sought-after collector's item. First off, The 1967 1-cent coin was produced in large quantities, with billions of them minted that year. This means that, in general, they were not rare when originally issued. However, there's a key factor that has made certain 1967 pennies extraordinarily rare and valuable condition. The majority of the 1967 pennies you'll come across today have been through years of circulation. They've been dropped, scratched, worn down by time, and have lost their original luster. But there's a very specific group of these pennies that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins were never used in daily transactions and have been carefully preserved over the years, often tucked away in a collection or found in a special, untouched state. These high-grade, uncirculated coins are the ones that have caught the eye of collectors and numismatists, leading them to become highly sought after in the market. Another reason why some 1967 Lincoln pennies can command significant prices is the occurrence of minting errors. While most coins produced that year are fairly standard, there are certain 1967 pennies that feature rare and unique mistakes from the minting process. These errors can range from misaligned dies to double strikes or even slight design variations. These error coins are incredibly prized by collectors, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces that don't appear on most other coins. If you happen to have a 1967 penny with an error or in uncirculated condition, you could be sitting on a small treasure. The value of these coins can vary depending on the type of error and the condition, but some 1967 pennies have sold for impressive amounts at auction. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much could one of these 1967 Lincoln pennies be worth? Well, if you have a penny in flawless, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one that features a rare minting error, you could be in for a big surprise. The value of these coins can reach staggering amounts, with certain specimens selling for as much as $70,000. Yes, you read that correctly. A single 1967 Lincoln penny could be worth $70,000 if it's in the right condition or has a rare minting flaw. So, before you throw away that old penny or sell it for just 1 cent, take a moment to check its condition. You may be holding on to a rare and highly valuable piece of American history without even realizing it. If you're a coin collector or just starting your journey into the world of numismatics, this 1967 1-cent coin is a great reminder of how much value can be found in something as small as a penny. Coins that were once common and insignificant can, over time, gain immense value as they become rarer or more historically significant. So, always be on the lookout for those rare finds, because you never know what treasures might be hidden in your coin collection. Top 4, we have an exciting topic that might just surprise you: the United States 1-cent coin from 1971. At first glance, it might seem like just another regular penny, but hold on. There's much more to this coin than meets the eye. In this video, we'll delve into the history, the special features, and most importantly, the value of the 1971 1-cent coin. Stick with us, and by the end, you'll be amazed at how much a single 1971 penny could be worth. The 1971 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, was minted during a period of change in the United States. It was just a few years after the country had transitioned from using silver in its coins to a more economical copper-plated composition. The early 1970s were a time of economic fluctuation, with inflation on the rise and the nation facing major political and social shifts. It was also the year the U.S. Mint introduced new methods in coin production, making the 1971 penny part of a larger, ongoing evolution in American currency. On the face of the coin, you'll find the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Lincoln has been a permanent fixture on the 1-cent coin since its introduction in 1909, making the 1971 penny a continuation of that iconic design. But while the image itself remains unchanged, it's what's happening beneath the surface of this coin that could make it a valuable collector's item today. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see the simple but classic design of the Union Shield, symbolizing the unity and strength of the United States. The design reflects the American ethos of freedom and resilience, and though it may appear straightforward, it's these details, along with the coin's rarity and condition, that contribute to its true worth. So, what makes the 1971 penny so special? You might be surprised to learn that while billions of these coins were minted, there's a specific set of circumstances that can turn a seemingly common coin into a rare treasure. The key to the 1971 penny's value lies in its condition and the presence of rare minting errors. Let's start with condition. As with most coins, the value of the 1971 penny can vary dramatically based on how well it has been preserved over the years. Most pennies that have been circulated over time are heavily worn and damaged. They've passed through countless hands, been dropped, scratched, and subjected to the harsh elements of daily life. However, if you're lucky enough to find a 1971 penny that's been kept in mint condition, unworn, shiny, and free from any scratches or blemishes, you could have a much more valuable coin on your hands than you thought. Uncirculated coins, or those that have been carefully stored and protected from wear and tear, are far rarer and more desirable to collectors. In fact, a pristine 1971 penny can fetch a much higher price than you might expect. But it doesn't stop there. Minting errors can also play a significant role in determining the value of a 1971 penny. Mint errors occur when there's a flaw in the production process. These errors can range from minor issues, such as double strikes or off-center images, to major mistakes, like missing lettering or incorrect designs. Error coins are highly prized in the world of numismatics, as they are rare and unique. In fact, error coins can sometimes be worth much more than regular coins from the same year, simply because of their one-of-a-kind nature. One of the most sought-after error types for the 1971 penny is the double die. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a doubled effect on the design elements, like Lincoln's portrait or the date. Coins with double die errors are extremely valuable to collectors, as they are distinct and often considered a true rarity. Now, let's talk about the price. You're probably wondering just how much a 1971 penny could be worth. Well, if you happen to have an uncirculated 1971 penny in exceptional condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error like a double die, it could be worth quite a lot. In fact, some 1971 pennies have been sold for as much as $66,000. That's right, $66,000 for a single 1971 penny. It might sound unbelievable, but it's the truth. These rare, pristine, and error-struck pennies have fetched astronomical prices at auctions, and they continue to be highly sought after by collectors. So, before you dismiss that old penny sitting in your jar or loose change, take a closer look. You might just be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. If you happen to find a 1971 penny that looks like it's in mint condition, or better yet, one that has a rare error, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded by a numismatist. Grading can give you a better idea of the coin's true value and whether it's worth selling or keeping as part of your collection. There's always a market for rare and unique coins, and a 1971 penny in top condition or with a minting flaw could make you a small fortune. Top 5, we're going to dive into a coin that might just surprise you with its worth. A coin that, at first glance, may seem ordinary but could actually be hiding a treasure. We're talking about the 1-cent coin from the United States, minted in 1974. While this might seem like just another Lincoln penny, there's more to this coin than meets the eye, and by the end of this video, you'll see why this small coin could be worth far more than its 1-cent value. The 1974 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, was produced during an interesting time in American history. The U.S. was facing the aftermath of the Vietnam War, dealing with political shifts, and recovering from economic challenges like inflation. The mint continued to produce coins in mass quantities, including the familiar penny, which was still in its copper-plated composition. This coin continued to feature the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has graced the 1-cent piece since 1909. While the design hasn't changed, the factors that make a coin valuable have certainly evolved, and the 1974 penny is no exception. When you look at the 1974 Lincoln penny, you'll notice the familiar features. On the obverse side, you'll find the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and the year 1974. The reverse side of the coin displays the classic image of the Lincoln Memorial, with the words E Pluribus Unum above it, symbolizing the unity of the nation. It's a design that has stood the test of time, but the true value of this coin isn't just in the design. It's in its rarity, condition, and the potential for unique characteristics. Now, while the 1974 penny was minted in high numbers, and you can still find them in circulation today, some special factors make this coin stand out in the world of coin collecting. The key to understanding the value of the 1974 penny lies in the condition of the coin and the possibility of rare minting errors. Let's explore these factors and see how they contribute to the coin's true worth. Like many coins, the 1974 1-cent coin was widely circulated, meaning most of the pennies you find from this year are worn down, scratched, or tarnished. Coins that have been used for years in everyday transactions often lose their sharp details and luster. However, there are some 1974 pennies that are in near-perfect, uncirculated condition. These coins have been carefully preserved, either stored away in a collection or kept out of circulation from the start. Uncirculated coins are far rarer than their well-worn counterparts, and they are much more valuable. The condition of the coin is one of the biggest factors in determining its value. A 1974 penny that has been well kept and remains in mint condition could be worth much more than just 1 cent. However, it's not just the coins that have remained in excellent condition that collectors are after. Coins with minting errors, such as double strikes, misprints, or off-center designs, are highly prized as well. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin-making process, leading to a coin that's different from the rest. These errors can be relatively minor or significant, but either way, they make the coin unique. For example, a 1974 penny that has a double die, a rare minting error where the design appears twice, can be extremely valuable. This type of error makes the coin stand out from others, and collectors often pay top dollar for such coins. Similarly, other minting flaws, like off-center strikes or unusual colorations, can make a 1974 penny stand out and increase its market value. The 1974 penny is particularly interesting because it was minted in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with both varieties available for collectors. The Philadelphia mint used a no mint mark design, while the Denver mint coins are marked with a D on the reverse. While these two versions don't drastically affect the value, certain varieties, especially those in uncirculated condition or with minting errors, can fetch higher prices in the right market does so. What's the value of a 1974 penny that has been carefully preserved or features a rare minting error? You might be wondering how much a 1974 penny could actually be worth today. If you have one of these coins in pristine condition, or better yet, one that's been struck with a minting error, you could be looking at a significant payout. In fact, some of these rare 1974 pennies have sold for as much as $60,000. That's right. A single 1974 penny could be worth $60,000. That's a lot more than just 1 cent. And this isn't just speculation. These coins have been sold at auctions and through collectors for impressive sums. So, if you happen to come across a 1974 penny that looks like it's in great shape, or if you find one with a unique error, don't dismiss it. It might just be worth more than you ever imagined. If you're a coin collector or you've inherited a collection of coins, it's always worth taking the time to carefully examine each piece. Coins that were once considered commonplace can, over time, become incredibly rare and valuable. And the 1974 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something small and unassuming can turn into a hidden gem with the right conditions. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with all the latest coin discoveries, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you have any 1974 pennies or any other rare coins, feel free to leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you and discuss your discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!